Okay, here's a little update on the cabin. I'm looking inside. This is the center ridgepole support log, and here's a girder log, and here's my mountain of foam. So this is like 1,400 cubic feet of foam, and I just thought I'd make an update because I thought more about this, and I looked up the energy codes for my state, and they say that the ceiling has to be R30. I thought it was R40. So this EPS foam that I bought, the manufacturer says 4.6 per inch. So to get 40, I was having to get at least 9 inches. 9 times 4.6 is just over 40. So I looked up the code and no, it's actually R30. So my whole idea that I was worried about, a little windy, that I was worried about the slope of these units. See, this one goes 5 inches to 575. So I don't think that's as important anymore because I only have to go 8 inches. 4.6 times 8 is over 32, which I only have to meet 30, so whatever. So I'm going to just focus on making sure that they're narrow enough to fit in between these 2x10s that are 1.5 inches wide, and I'm going to set them 4 feet apart. So the whole problem is that the plywood comes in 4x8 sections, and so I've got to make these joists 4 feet apart on center so that I have something to nail the plywood to that goes on top of this insulation. So with all that explained, I decided to modify my foam cutter to cut sideways. So I basically took the setup that I had, turned it on its side, drilled a hole through the through the plywood here, and then I ran the wiring underneath. So there's a clip there, there's a clip there, make sure neither one of them touches ground. Here's my rheostat controller, and then I measured. So since these bunks are all 48 inches wide, to make them fit in between 4 foot on center 2x10s, I got to make them 1.5 inches less than 4 feet wide. So this tape measure isn't really that accurate, and I lost my little hand one. But anyway, so I got to go to 3 foot 10.5 inches, and so I just rigged up this little brace on the side, and then this piece of foam, we'll just run it through, and it'll cut off just enough so that it'll fit in between the 2x10 sleepers. Anyway, so that's the update. I'm not cutting off the top anymore, I'm cutting off the side. And with this wire being so much shorter, instead of spanning 5 feet, now it only spans about 18 inches. The settings are a little bit different. Yours are going to vary, but it depends on how thick the wire is. I'm using 22 gauge. How big your rheostat transformer is, and then how thick your foam is. So we'll just turn it on, and I'm going to try and do this one-handed just so I can show you. It's pretty easy, but it does go kind of slow. I'd say it's a pretty good deal.